Exercise 7E, question number 11. An automated wheel is used to make bowls. The diameter of the bowls d millimeters is normally distributed with a mean of mu and standard deviation of 5 millimeters. So the diameter is distributed normally with a mean of mu and standard deviation of 5 millimeters. Given that 75% of the bowls are greater than 200 millimeters in diameter, find the value of mu. So we have 75% of the bowls are greater than 200 millimeters. So when we have greater than, then the probability should be to the right. So this is 0.75 probability to the right of 200, and this is our mean mu. So we need to find the value of the mean, which is mu. So first we need to find the z value that corresponds to a 75% probability. So what we can do here is we can use the Casio ClassWiz calculator to find the z value corresponding to a 75% probability. So if the probability is 0.75, what should be the z value? So 0.75. So here I'm using the Casio ClassWiz calculator. I go to menu and then I choose option 7, which is distribution. Then after that I go to option 3, which is inverse normal. Area is 0.75. Standard deviation is 1, mean is 0. So the probability z value is 0.67448. So we'll make it 4, 5. We'll round it to 4 significant figures. Now since we are looking for the z value corresponding to 200, which is to the left of mean, we need the z value at the left of the mean, which is going to be exactly the opposite. So it's going to be minus 0.6745, and this is to the left of the mean. Now that we have the z value, we will use the formula that connects the z value to the mean. So the formula is z value is equal to observed value minus the mean divided by the standard deviation. So z value is minus 0.6745 minus 0.6745, that is equal to observed value, which is 200, minus the mean mu divided by the standard deviation 5. We can work this out now to find the value of mu, and we get the value of mu as 203.37, which answers to part A of question 11. Now question B, find the probability that the diameter is between 204 to 206. So here we will start with part B. Now since we know the mean already, we will put the value of mean, which is 203.37, and the two limits are 204 and 206. So if this is 204 and this is 206, so we need the probability in between here. Okay, so this is 204 and this is 206. So when we want probability between two limits, so what we can do is we can find the probability. If I find the probability to the left of 206, it will be all of this to the left of 206. Okay, and then if I find the probability to the left of 204, it's going to be all of this. So from the total probability to the left of 206, if we subtract the probability corresponding to a value 204, we will be left with the required area that we need. Now the only thing is we need the corresponding z values for against 204 and 206. So we can draw another bell curve here, and in this our mean is 0, and this is 204 and 206. So we can find the corresponding z values z1 and z2 between which our required probability is there. So now we can see that the z value can be connected using a formula: observed value minus the mean divided by the standard deviation again. So we can find the z value. So z1 is equal to the observed value 206 minus the mean 203.37 divided by the standard deviation, which is 5, and z value for 2 can be found using observed value 204 minus the mean 203.37 divided by 5. So for the first one, our z value is 0.126, and for the second one, our z value is 0.526. So we have the z values now. We can find the probability corresponding to 0.526, which is the probability from this point to the left, and from that subtract the probability of 0.126, which means we subtract all of this and then we will be left with this. So we have the probability of 0.526 minus the probability of 0.126, and that is 0.70056 minus 0.55013, that is equal to 0.1504, and that answers to question B. And now for the part C, question says find the probability that all three bowls are greater than 205 millimeters in diameter. So now again we need to find the probability of greater than 205. So again for C we draw a small bell curve. Drawing a bell curve always gives us a clearer view. So 203.37, which is the mean, and we are looking for the probability greater than 205. So greater than 205. So for that we need to find the corresponding value. We can call this Z3. So if this is 0, the corresponding value can be called as Z3. So again we use the same formula. So it's observed value x minus the mean divided by the standard deviation. So that is equal to 205 minus 203.37 divided by the mean, which is 5, and we get a Z3 value of 0.326. So here the Z value is 0.326. Now we need the probability to its right. So we can find the probability of 0.326, which is 0.37221. 0.37221, and once having done that, we need to cube the probability. So 0.37221, the whole cube. That is because all the three probabilities are greater than 205. So it's the cube of the same probability, which is 0.0516.